Be good to do, man.
And here we're going to be discussing our forensic tool that we've created. So far, our title is Brute Force Forensic Evidence Capture and Correlation Tool. All right. So our forensic tool, what we've created. Our forensic tool is a lightweight evidence collection and correlation script designed to support digital forensics investigations on brute force attacks. Our Here is our environment setup. For our attacker, we use the Kali Linux VM, which was equipped with Hydra. And as for our victim, we use the Ubuntu Server VM, with Secure Shell enabled and weak credentials created for testing. And lastly, our monitor. We use the Ubuntu Server VM, equipped with TCP dump, as well as Wireshark and Secure Shell. Now, our project overview. Our goal is to investigate a forensic scenario where an attacker uses a brute force attack to break into a victim's system. Moving on to our core tasks. The first being simulating a brute force cyber attack, capturing and analyzing network traffic, identifying timestamps, including failed logins and successful compromises, and lastly, prepare court presentable evidence. Now, why does this scenario matter? It matters because brute force attacks are among the most common intrusion vectors or problems. Our secure shell is frequently targeted due to its credential based accessibility. And lastly, forensic analysis requires identifying attack patterns, correlating logs and packet captures, and ensuring evidence integrity via hashing. Now, our attack execution. In the screenshot, you can see me pointing Hydra to a list we created to run the attack, the pass list.txt file. This is on the right. Also known as THC Hydra, which is an open source logging cracker, which fully supports brute force and dictionary attacks. Hydra attempts password combinations until success. And lastly, this was used strictly for lab testing. So in this screenshot, the attack was shown to be successful, the one on the left. We are shown the user login we made, as well as the password we used for the user. We're also shown the failed attacks and the login tries, as well as shown the time when the attack was complete. If you look at the screenshot at the bottom right, you can see the contents of the passlist.txt file, which consists of the passwords, including the password we set for the user, Dika21. Now, moving on to our evidence capture. We glance back at the Ubuntu VM where we were logging the secure shell, and we see when a password was tried and failed, as well as when the password was eventually correct. We then proceeded to end the capture. Then we started to record the capture stop time using the date-u command, as you see here, saving it to our evidence folder and named it bruteforce_victim.pcap. We also came back to the attacker to record the capture stop time from that side as well, using a similar date-u command, as you can see. We also saved this into our evidence folder and named it bruteforceattacker.pcap. These recordings will eventually be in a timeline, and here we proceed to successfully hash the PCAPs and log excerpt for evidence integrity. SHA-256 for our victim PCAP. To convert all secure shell packets in the PCAP into a timeline format that can be compared with system log timestamps. Then we proceeded to generate secure shell packet timestamp index. This allows us to match the accepted password event to the exact packet, and that occurred. No, the event. No, apologies. Let me redo that one. This allows us to match the accepted password event to the exact packet that occurred at the same moment. Now I pass it to my partner Dika.
All right, on to the evidence capture. We then ran the timestamp frame mapping block, which converts the login timestamp to epoch time. Then proceeded to find the closest SSH packet in the epoch list, which is the second screenshot. We do this to be able to map the successful SSH login to a specific packet in the PCAP. If you look closely in the screenshot, you'll see a text file by the name of closest frame. This shows frame 388 and capture time in epoch 1761080225.206267. Now moving on to the PCAP slicing and Wireshark. We export a slice of the PCAP around frame 388, and after exporting frames 338 to 438 from the victim's packet capture, that being success slice 338.438.pcap, we open this file in Wireshark to verify that the slice indeed contained the network traffic corresponding to the successful SSH login. With frame 388, we will export frames 338 to 438 into our evidence folder, then into success slice 338.438.pap. Right, onto PCAP slicing and Wireshark. We then hashed it for evidence, chain of custody. For example, in this screenshot, you see us hash the slice with SHA-256. We then proceeded to open the success slice 338.438.pcap in Wireshark. We then set the goal to verify that the slice contains the successful SSH login traffic. So we filter on SSH TCP.port == 22. This filter isolates all SSH related packets between the attacker and victim hosts. And next, after identifying the timestamp of the successful SSH login in the file pathway /var/log/auth.log, we converted the time to epoch, and matched it to the closest packet frame, being frame 388, and extracted a 50 frame window, frames 338 through 438. We then inspected the resulting slice, being success slice 338.438.pcap, and then confirmed SSH activity corresponding to the successful login attempt. The Wireshark view shows the expected SSH key exchange, encrypted session setup, and follow-up traffic, confirming the correct packet window was extracted. In the next slides, we then proceeded to match the frame range to the timestamp. We get a successful login timestamp from /var/log/auth.log, that being on October 10th, 2025 at 15:57:04, as shown in the screenshot. We then proceeded to convert this time to epoch time to match it to the closest PCAP frame, that frame being 388. Using our timestamp to PCAP correlation script, we found that the packet whose timestamp was closest to the SSH accepted password log entry was frame 388 in the original capture file, brute-force-victim.pcap. We then exported a narrow time window, frames 338 through 438, into a new file, success slice 338.438.pcap using editcap. In the slice PCAP, frames are renumbered starting from 1, so the original frame 388 becomes frame 51. In Wireshark, with the filter TCP.port == 22 applied, we inspected frame number 51 in the slice file and confirmed that it sits inside the SSH key exchange /encrypted session that corresponds to the successful login. And then lastly, moving on to our findings, we are able to see our brute force attempt clearly visible in logs and PCAP. We fully captured network traffic from attacker and victim VM, and we were also able to get the necessary timestamps confirming frame correlation success. And lastly, a forensic slice was successfully isolated and produced relevant SSH traffic.
Thank you.